Hi, this is Tim from SEO Generator. In this video I will show you how to use our newest feature, Spintax, with the SEO Generator. But first, what is Spintax? Spintax is short for spinning syntax. It is a technique used in content generation to create multiple variations of text from a single template. This works great together with SEO Generator, which can generate a lot of unique pages based on a list of search terms and locations. First, let's make sure Spintax is enabled. Let's head over to our settings. You can enable Spintax on the Spintax settings tab. By default, Spintax is disabled, so let's enable it now. We can leave the Spintax rotation to sequential for now. We will cover this later in the video. Let's update our options. Before we dive deeper into Spintax, let's do a quick recap how the SEO generator works. Let's head over to our SEO page. When you first install the SEO generator, the plugin has already installed an example page for us. Let's publish this page now. Let's edit the page and publish it. We have our page title with a search term and location shortcode. These shortcodes will be replaced with one of the search terms and locations from these lists. We also use the search terms and locations in the content of our page. Our example page has 8 search terms and 271 locations, which generates over 2000 unique URLs. Let's take a look at the first page, hairdresser in Aberdeen. As you can see, the search term and locations are replaced with the actual values. We also have a page for hairdressers in Airway Heights. Again, the search term and locations are replaced, but this time the location is Airway Heights. You can view all pages generated in the overview. For each search term and location, there is one unique page. It is time for our first steps with Spintax. Edit the CEO page. And let's remove a lot of the search terms and locations to get a better understanding of the number of pages generated and how we can combine this with Spintax. We now have 2 search terms combined with 4 locations to generate a total of 8 unique pages. When we update the SEO page, the changes will be reflected. As you can see, 8 URLs are generated. But apart from the search terms and locations, which are replaced throughout the content, the text for each page is still largely the same. This is where Spintax comes into play. Let's remove the content for now and let's create the most basic Spintax example possible. We call this a Spintax block, where A, B and C are the options. Enter different text or phrases in curly brackets, separated by a pipe character. Let's update the page and let's have a look at what's happening. We will take a look at the first page, hairdresser in Aberdeen. As you can see, only the first option A is shown. When we look at the next page, the best hairdresser in Airway Heights, we can see only the second option B is shown. When we look at the third page, we see that only the option C is shown. If you continue to the next page, the fourth page, Spintax will loop around as we only have 3 options, A, B and C. So for the fourth page, which I will load now, A is shown again. This will become even more clear when we view the overview page, where all 8 unique SEO pages are listed in order. You can see how Spintax cycles through the options A, B, C, A, B, C, and so on. Let's create a little more complex example. Let's edit the SEO page and we will add a second Spintax block. We start with the curly bracket and we separate our text or phrases with the pipe character. Finally, we close the second Spintax block again with a curly bracket. Update the page. We now have two Spintax blocks. The first with 3 options and the second with 4 options. This results in 3 times 4 equals 12 unique text combinations. Let's take a look at our first page, hairdresser in Aberdeen. You can see how the first option from both Spintax blocks is shown. A from the first Spintax block and D from the second Spintax block. When we look at other pages that are generated, we will see how Spintax cycles through each combination of the two Spintax blocks, B with D, C with D, and on the next page, A with E, and on the next page, B with E, and so on. Spintax cycles through each combination. We can easily see the pattern on our overview page again. A, D, B, D, C, D, A, E, and so on. You might have noticed that we now only have 8 unique SEO pages with a total of 3 times 4 equals 12 unique Spintax combinations. This means not every unique Spintax combination will be shown. This means not every unique combination is shown. But this does ensure that each page has unique content. And that is the overall goal, of course. Okay, let's spin some actual content. Let's edit our page again. Scroll down to the content and I will copy paste some content I prepared in advance. I will create a Spintax block by starting with a curly brace. I will separate this heading and paragraph with a pipe character. Finally, I will close this Spintax block with another curly bracket. To be able to more easily see what is going on, I will add some letters A and B in front of the headings. Let's update the page and see what's going on. Let's look at our first page. We can see the first heading and paragraph is now shown on the first page. The second heading and paragraph are not shown on this page. Similar to before with just the A, B and the C in our simple example. When we look at the second page, we can see the second heading with the paragraph. If we keep checking the following pages, we can see Spintax cycling through the content. Every time it shows the paragraph starting with the triple A and then the paragraph and heading with the triple B. Let's edit our page again. You can add as many Spintax blocks as you want to create unique content pages. Let's remove the opening paragraph and spin some images. Upload some images or directly include them from your media library. Add the curly bracket at the start of the Spintax block, separate each image with a pipe character and close the Spintax block again with a curly bracket. Let's update the page and let's look at our first result. The first page shows our A heading and paragraph with the first image. The second page shows the second heading B, but still with the first image. For the next page, Spintax cycles through the Spintax block back to A, but now shows the second image. How cool is that? Let's look at a few more pages to see how A and B are cycled, and each A and B cycle, the next image is shown. We see the second image with B, and now we see the third image. Let's edit the page and add more Spintax blocks. You can spin entire paragraphs, but also parts of a sentence, like this. Let's replace the word professional with a Spintax block. The best, experienced and professional search term in location. You can spin images, image galleries, videos, YouTube embeds, Google Maps, anything you like. Just for the fun of it, let's add some more Spintax blocks. By adding the brackets and pipes, these become 3 paragraphs that will also be spinned. Let's update the page and quickly look at the results. We now have the best hairdresser in Aberdeen. And on the second page, we have an experienced hairdresser. And on the third page, we have a professional hairdresser. As you might have noticed, the heading, image and paragraph will all be spinned if you just keep checking more and more pages. At the beginning of this video, you might remember we skipped the random rotation setting. Let's head back to our Spintax tab in our settings page. And let's change the Spintax rotation to random. This ensures each Spintax option is selected randomly inside each Spintax block. This adds variability and freshness to the content. Let's take a look. Both on the overview page as on the actual SEO pages, every time you visit or reload the page, the content is different as each option is selected at random. Let's load our first page. The best hairdresser in Aberdeen, experienced, B, and the image with the man. Let's refresh the same page. Now we have the best hairdresser, again with B, but now with another image. Then reload the page one last time. Now we have professional and A. Hopefully this video gives you a good understanding to get started with this very powerful feature. SEO Generator combined with the power of Spintax gives you the option to generate truly unique content. You can create thousands of unique pages without any effort.